Welcome back to the Facts for Life podcast with your host, Jake and Shawn.
Hi, I'm Shawn. I'm here hostage. I'm being held hostage.
Being held hostage at your house.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So what you been up to, man?
Got into swimming a little bit more. Golf. I still suck. And then work.
Hang on. You're almost 24 years old and you're just now getting into swimming? What are you doing? Anyways. We gotta get back to this.
Yeah. None of that's getting cut.
That's fine by me.
It's better when we laugh, and we haven't been laughing enough for these guys, man.
Yeah, we've been a little too serious.
Yeah. It's time to get unserious.
Like the new Footloose movie.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal. We've been a little too serious.
It's not the right movie at all.
What do you mean? That was the greatest, like, straight up serious
You just
movie
said
I've ever watched.
Footloose.
Oh.
It's not Footloose, brother. It's Roadhouse.
Well, my foot is loose when I give you a Roadhouse. There's a connection right there. We'll run with that. How's the weight loss journey going? You start yet?
I go for walks in the city that I DoorDash in. I get like an hour gap. Go for like a 30-minute walk.
You'll start running down that hill, or are you worried
Oh
that
my
you might
God.
end up losing your job because you broke your ass?
Well, I need other people there to call the ambulance just in case I die.
There's always people there.
Not at 12 o'clock on a Thursday.
Oh, yeah, they are. Oh,
I
yeah,
was
they are.
just there yesterday at 12 o'clock. There was no one.
They're there.
They were there, but they weren't at the hill. They were like over at
They're
the
always
park.
playing
And shit.
disc golf and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll see you tumbling down the hill. They'll run up and be like,
And then I gotta
"Everybody's
record
around
it.
there."
No,
No, you
they're
do
not.
not. Don't record that.
Why not?
Make sure, like, every time it
I have a
sees your,
selfie stick.
every time you see your face, make
I
sure
have
it's
a
like this.
selfie stick. Exactly.
Damn, bite your lip and stuff. Gotta look good when you fall.
110%.
Hey, what is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah. You miss 0% of the shots you don't take too, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then you're just not a shooter. You're not a pure shooter.
Exactly.
You don't green light anything.
Yeah. You're Shaq. He still won championships.
He's the best shooter I've ever seen in my life.
Actually, there's a video going viral of him right now that it's ridiculous how good of a shooter he actually is.
Well, yeah, now he doesn't have to be a big man.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to see him pull up from the logo. I mean, that would have been sweet.
Bro.
That would have been sick if, like, Kobe
Shaq
passed him the
playing
ball
like
and-
Victor Wembanyama at 375,000 pounds.
Yo, don't be talking about him like that. That's Shaka Claus. Yo, when they pushed him into that tree, when Charles Barkley pushed him into that tree. Alright, so you came to me.
My hat's starting to get in my eyes. I'm going to fix that for you guys so you guys can see this beautiful mug.
When you came to me,
I do every night. You know who I pointed at.
Yeah, me. When you,
I would say you, but you don't even watch our content.
I don't.
I have to send him clips for TikTok and ask him 7 times to watch them. Just tell me a good caption if I can't think of one.
He's usually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I don't like watching our content. I have.
It's weird watching.
What is that? What is that called?
High ego?
No.
Big.
You know, if I was arrogant, we'd be in trouble, dude. We wouldn't be friends.
Big cock?
No.
Big cock?
No, man. What are you doing? We'll get right past that. What is
What if someone was representing themselves and they did have multiple personality disorder, and one personality was a criminal and one personality was a lawyer?
It wouldn't go to trial. They would evaluate him to see if he or she, or whatever they identify as, is sane or not sane.
Apache attack helicopter.
And they won't. Right? I don't know. You'd have to be a beast to say you're one of those. So that thing is.
Yeah.
Look up. What is the movie?
Switch.
No, dude. With Mark Wahlberg. Ted 1. He explains what Apache helicopter is.
Oh yeah.
In the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yo, dude. My bad. So big, dude. It's huge.
So
Not referencing anything downstairs.
So you just found F1.
I did, dude. And I'll let you do what you're gonna do first. Sorry to interrupt. Even though
I just
you've interrupted
wanted
me
to.
like 5 times.
I just wanted to ask you how you found F1, and are you like it? Do you want to watch the next Grand Prix with me? Do you want to cuddle and watch the next Grand Prix? So, you found F1.
I did. Did it was,
How?
dude? My TikTok was crazy. I was like, it was like political here and there, and then it was like, what was it? I gotta remember. I gotta be in the moment. It was like golf.
Yeah, you
Tiger
said
and
there was
Charlie
some golf.
Woods'
Yeah.
comparisons on how they swing. It was
Is Charlie Tiger's son?
yes,
I
yes.
didn't know that.
And then it was like scroll up, and it was like the violence between Tiger Woods and his ex-wife. And then I real quick just swiped up real fast, and it was like Max Verstappen. Watched it. Okay, slide up. Max Verstappen. Watch it. Okay, slide up. Some dude who makes videos on some like VR F1 track.
The Sims, the
Yeah.
racing Sims. I want one so bad, but they're so expensive.
I don't think it was that. No, it wasn't like a real thing. It was on VR, and he's in a little go-kart, and right next to him,
Oh,
like,
yeah, you sent me the video. Yeah.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Like as in the background, he's like, well, where's he at? And then he just gets blasted,
Yeah.
goes flying, or he spins out, or he gets dragged around the whole track. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then it was like comparison between him and
Louis
Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton, yeah.
And I was like, I was looking at it, and in my head, I like the underdogs, but I also love winners.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, who do I vote for? And then like another one went, and it was like, this is the percent of Max, this percent for Louis, and I was like, man, fuck Louis. Max is that dog. I don't hear no songs about Louis. I know, dun, Max Verstappen, dun. Where's Louis? Where's Louis? You don't
Louis
hear
a
it.
dog, bro. Louis is
No,
a dog.
he's shit. I might be too new, and the fans of F1 might be mad at me, but Louis shit. I'm Max Verstappen all the way.
I prefer Max.
Of course, because he's a dog.
Yes, but I think Max is a better driver. But I entered F1 Max's first year is when I started being a fan of F1. So I watched Max grow into being the driver he is now. He was not this good when he came in.
Of course not. Did you see the interview he did when I don't know if it was last year or the year before?
You know who Max Verstappen reminds me of? Sorry to interrupt you first.
Luka.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah. They're going to the finals.
Yeah.
His hair is crazy.
His hair is ridiculous. Did you see the clip? He was sitting in the locker room drinking a can of beer in the locker room after they just won the Western Conference Finals to go to the NBA Finals. Their vice president of basketball operations just walks up to Luka, grabs the beer, and walks away. And Luka he's not like getting interviewed. He's just in the background of an interview, and he just looks at his hand, looks up, looks all around him, and just kind of like sinks into his body, like almost depressed. Like,
because he knows. He's seen it. Out of the corner of his eye, he's seen it.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's like, nah, man, I think, are you going to watch the next F1 race with me when it comes around?
I might. It just depends, dude.
Well,
I'm a busy guy.
The way F1 weekend works, it's practice on Friday, qualifying on Saturday, race on Sunday.
Okay. So Sundays I'm usually free.
Right. It's Sunday morning usually. It'd be like, some of them are too early. Some of them start at like 7 a.m. because they're worldwide.
I'm up that early.
Right. I know. But I'm saying for me and you to cuddle and watch it, you'd have to stay the night.
That's a win-win right there.
It's
my thing now.
I know. But and then some of them are like 9 a.m. Some of them 2 o'clock in the morning start time.
2 a.m.
on Saturday night, Sunday morning, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Buddy, I'm sleeping harder than Gary.
Or we're still up playing COD.
Not a chance.
Sometimes.
Not a chance.
Tonight, no.
No, dude, I got church on Sundays. Not a chance.
Churches?
No. But like I was saying though, Did you see the interview that Max did? He like won something, and the guy was like, "What are you guys gonna do? I know people are celebrating. What are you gonna do?" And he was like, cardio and wrist training.
Yes, I did see that.
And he goes, "Not like that. You have a dirty mind." And goes like this. That was funny to me.
I mean,
Dude,
cardio.
He's so young.
He is. He's one of the youngest
When did he
F1
start?
drivers
2015
ever.
is when he got to start
I think so.
in Australia.
I don't know where his first, because the first Grand Prix every year is in Australia,
So,
but
yeah,
that doesn't
definitely.
necessarily mean that was his first Grand Prix.
He started in Australia.
Because
I don't know anything about F1 except for Max Verstappen.
But the only reason I say that is because, so the way F1 works, think about baseball. Like, I'm talking organization, I'm not talking sport, because they're a little different, just slightly. So you have your organization, you have your F1 team, and then an F2 team and an F3 team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your organization, Red Bull Racing, controls an F1 team. They actually control two F1 teams, or they did. I can't remember. I haven't watched this year, but they controlled two F1 teams last year, and then they control an F2 team and an F3 team. If a driver on F3 is doing really well, they can, in the middle of the year, just be like, all right, you're going to F2. If he's doing great, if an F2 driver is doing great, they'll be like, all right, you're going to go to, I forget what they call it, but it's not Red Bull Racing, it's their other team. You're going to go to that team. And if a driver on that team's doing great, all right, come on up to Red Bull Racing. They can swap them anytime. That's why Red Bull's such a great.
Do you think, like, Red Bull sponsors all these people, but Travis Pastrana,
sponsor us, Red Bull.
You know, Travis Pastrana with the Red Bull. Do you think they'd be as big without him, or vice versa? Because he did jump out of an airplane with no parachute, and I mean, if he had wings,
yeah,
he might be able to fly.
Right,
but he didn't, and he had to get caught
because they did the airplane one, and then they did an astronaut.
Yeah.
So I think right. I think realistically, they still would have blown up off the astronaut because we don't even know the astronaut's name.
But
off the top of our head.
Do you think they would have went to be able to do the astronaut if it wasn't for Travis?
They would have. If I think Red Bull had the idea, and because of how crazy Travis was, he was the perfect match to do it. But there's so many daredevils out there. If they wouldn't have gotten Travis, I'm sure they could have convinced someone to at least do it with.
Travis had to get, don't quote me on this, but he had to get like a kid to fly that plane. Because nobody would fly the plane because they would lose their license. He had to get like some kid, some like 13, 14, 15-year-old kid to fly that plane.
I mean, hey, Rob Dyrdek probably would have done the same. Like, he would have done the stunt.
He cares about his life too much.
Yeah, probably. I would have done it.
Travis Pastrana is just a humble, loving guy who just does things for people.
I would have done it.
No. Yeah. This guy wouldn't even go on a roller coaster. He wouldn't.
Yes, I will.
Go to Cedar Point.
Last time I went, I was just too short. I was 6 years old.
Oh my God! What are you? You can go with an adult. When you're 6 years old, you can go on a roller coaster with an adult.
Oh no, I couldn't because guess what? The only adults I was there with were my grandma and grandpa. They didn't want to go on any roller coasters.
I was about to say, like, your grandma might be short, but your grandpa was like 6 months.
Yeah,
what is up, guys? Here's Jake talking about the Facts for Life 3-week videos. On Monday, we'll have the podcast. On Wednesday, it'll be our weekly video. Be ready for those. And on Friday, yes, Friday, we will have the bloopers for those who like the laughs. Gotcha!
Hey guys, I'm gonna talk like a normal fucking human. So on Monday for our 4-week videos, on Monday you can expect the Facts for Life podcast still. Wednesday will be the first video. Friday will be the second video of the week, and then Saturday will be our bloopers. So it just gets pushed back one day towards the end of the week. Peace, love.
Man, oh man. You know what I got stuck in my head bad?
What's up, buddy?
Shabuzi.
Me too.
Shabuzi
he just dropped a new song, too.
Rammed into my brain.
He just dropped a new song, and he's working on an album.
I'm not really a fan that he's like, rapping with Beyonce because all that stuff that's going on with them. But, I mean, if it's going to make him big, it's going to make him big.
Yeah.
But if he is a part of all that stuff, Shabuzi's done.
Yeah. But I had a question for you about Shabuzi. Speaking on the booze.
What's going on with Shabuzi?
So Do you think Shabuzi is this summer's Nick D?
Well,
because think about it. Summer of COVID, man. Nick D popped off with Pineapple. And now a lot of people don't listen to him. We still listen to some of his songs.
We did, but where was it at on Apple Music? Where was it, number one?
I don't think it got to number one, but it got up. It was top 3.
It breaks my heart that it wasn't number one because I know every word of that song. I played it so much.
I don't think it got. It might have for like a month or two, but I don't think it. If it did, it wasn't up there long. It was a summer song.
It definitely was. It definitely was. But I think Shabuzi will pop off more just because who he has surrounding it.
Yeah.
He's got Beyonce creating an album who Beyonce's gonna back. She just started her country thing, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But she's from Nashville. Whatever.
Nashville hot?
Inferno?
Oh God. I ain't got the money for my butthole to feel like that.
Wild.
Although, you know what I have been craving from there? They're just hot tenders. Plain hot tenders. No, like super hot or anything. Just they're plain hots with some clucking sauce on the side.
I'm gonna change the subject because I'm a little hungry. But speaking of hot, you got sunburnt right here. But speaking of hot, we're gonna talk about the Celtics and what is it? The Mavericks going to the finals. Wasn't Kyrie just on the Celtics?
2 teams ago, yeah.
Who was he?
He went Cavs, Celtics, Nets, Mavs.
He's on the Nets?
Yeah, Nets with
I don't
KD
watch the NBA, dude. I don't.
Nets with KD and James Harden for like
How's KD doing,
2 seasons.
Where's he at?
Home, Cancun.
Okay, so what's going on with my man Russ?
Cancun.
No, him and KD got beef. Why would he be in Cancun with KD?
They're all in Cancun. That's the meme. When NBA playoff teams lose, they go to Cancun.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of the meme.
Yeah. So Russ is in Cancun, holding hands with KD, walking down the beach, and James Harden.
Oh,
all 3 of them are in.
Yeah. The beard.
And Kawhi and
when
PG.
Are you gonna grow a James Harden beard?
As soon as I can figure out why my face doesn't grow hair.
You mean your face or your chin?
Oh, well, my face.
You have a stellar neck beard.
Grows phenomenal hair.
Yeah, it's like a tank.
Yeah. Maybe yours. They did have to shave it for the preamble, though.
Well, it never grew back.
Really?
Yeah, the hair never grew back down there. It can't. You know how much ink is in there?
That's true.
Let's not talk about the preamble anymore.
Okay. One thing I did want to talk to you about, because I don't know if you've seen this, I follow Lions talk a lot, like in depth. And Ben Johnson, our offensive coordinator, he just came out. He was a big candidate for head coaching jobs and stuff because of how good the Lions offense was the past 2 seasons.
To shine a little bit longer.
Yep.
I've seen that too.
Yep. He said he refused head coaching jobs because Lions, quote unquote, built something special.
He also
have something special brewing.
He referenced a quote that Dan Campbell said, and he wants the sun to shine a little bit longer.
Yep.
Yeah. Ben Johnson, dude, I love you, but the last week when San Fran and Detroit are competing for the number 1 spot in the NFC, you're done. You're done. We got Hufanga back, bro.
I like how in the last podcast you said Lions aren't even making the playoffs, and now in this podcast, it was 2 podcasts ago. You said the Lions aren't making the playoffs.
Well,
now
you look at their bye week 5.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
So many people get hurt from that. That's crazy. You finally let them get a good year. They go to the NFC Championship, and then you give them a week 5 bye week.
Yeah, but they do that to a lot of teams coming off their first good year. Miami came off their first good year with Tua a couple seasons ago.
Tua trash.
And, well, it was the offense, and he was the quarterback, so that's why I said with Tua. I think it was Tua's first year with Tyreek and all them. Their next season, I think their bye week was like week 4 or something. Like the first possible bye week there is.
I'm going to be honest. I'm a little worried about how much money they pay Goff. I was going to say I'm worried about Jordan Love in the NFC, Green Bay.
Yeah.
But he's all mad because they didn't pay him what he was worth.
Yeah. So I agreed with you to an extent on the Jared Goff contract. I wish we could have gotten him for a little bit cheaper, pinch some pennies here and there, maybe giving him bonuses instead of putting it into a contract, giving him incentives or whatever.
Just give him more guaranteed, less money.
But looking at it from what someone said, Jared Goff the past 2 seasons, season and a half, has been a top 15 quarterback in the NFL.
What does that mean?
So there's 30 teams in the NFL, and if you look at his stats through the last, I think it's like, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like 22, 24 games, something like that.
But you got to remember, look at who he's throwing it to.
Right. But, same offensive coordinator, and I think what they said they want to do after Ben Johnson goes is they're going to just hire up the ladder. Same thing the Patriots did all those years when they were dominant. They didn't go out and try to find a new offensive coordinator. They just said, okay, our offensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, is going over to the Lions. Well, who was our offensive line coach? Okay, you're going to be our offensive coordinator now. And then, our new offensive coordinator that we just moved up from the O-line coach is going to the Raiders. We'll just move another guy up. Just keep moving up. That's what they've hinted at they're going to do, which is smart, honestly.
It's been kind of quiet. Honestly, Chargers.
Yeah.
Since, Jimmy Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Jimmy Harbaugh. He made some moves where he had Navarro Bowman, or was it Patrick Willis? Which one was it that he hired? That was like the last big thing I heard.
I think it was P. Willie.
P. Willie?
I think so.
I love that guy, dude.
I do too. I love both of them.
Yeah. Navarro Bowman's leg injury was crazy. I'm surprised it wasn't snapped. It looked like Joe Theismann's.
That's still one of the best Super Bowl commercials I've ever seen, or Thanksgiving commercials I've ever seen. It's Lawrence Taylor and Joe Theismann sitting at a Thanksgiving Day table. They're watching football, and it cuts to a commercial of the leg injury, and then it just cuts back to these two legends sitting there, and Lawrence Taylor reaches forward, grabs a turkey leg, looks at Joe Theismann, snaps it in half, and throws it back on the plate. So, I don't know. If you look at Goff as a top 15 quarterback, getting back to that real quick. So if he's a top 15 quarterback over the last 20 games, 22 games, whatever the stat was, I can't remember. It was a TikTok, so I half remembered it for this topic and half forgot. If you look at it like that, and he's a top 15 quarterback, and then you look at his contract compared to the top 14 quarterbacks, he's paid as a top 12 quarterback. He's 12th on that list. Math that's pretty good because you locked him up for a couple years. He's been consistent. Say what you want about him in LA. He was consistent. What he does is pretty simple, pretty easy to replicate. You drop back, you look short, it's not there. Okay, let's look medium. Okay, it's there. Throw in 3 deep balls a game. That's his offense, and it works.
It does.
Penei
Sewell helps a lot.
Yes, he does. So does Taylor Decker. Taylor Decker gets a lot of shit as far as he's not a premium left tackle. He was his first couple years.
I'm thinking of the center. Who's the center?
Ragnow.
Yeah, that guy. You gotta get rid of him, dude. His knee is shot.
Well, not anymore. Last year he was healthy all year. Or their success run. Since they've been successful, Ragnow's been healthy. That's the homie, bro.
There's 3
That's
of
your
them.
cousin.
The bird?
Yeah.
Come on. You're getting too close.
Too close to what? We can cuddle. But Ragnow, that entire run where Goff was the best quarterback or a top 15 quarterback, Ragnow was healthy. And Ragnow, statistically, when playing, is a top 3 center in all of football. It's hard to get rid of a guy like that. He's actually probably top 2 now because Jason Kelsey's gone. And everybody was giving Jason Kelsey love for being a top 3 center. The other guy's Creed Humphrey on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love our O-line. I love what they did this offseason, dude.
I haven't really been paying attention to you guys.
Hater.
Whatever.
He's been drinking that haterade, man.
Not a hater. Not my team, man. Not my team, man.
Dude, you live in a household where no one roots for the Lions, and you guys have lived in Michigan.
Yeah, the only
forever.
one who does root for the Lions in that house is me.
I know, and they're not even your
when they're
top
not
team.
playing San Fran.
Right, because your parents
Bears
and Packers, so they root against the Lions all year. Your dad will root for the Lions like if it's against a non-NFC opponent.
No, he rooted for the Lions against San Fran.
Oh, was that
he
it?
Did. Yeah, we almost got into it like bad.
He'll root for him occasionally, but he's not a big.
He was talking so much.
I put money on that game,
dude.
man.
I did too, and I won.
So I put it on a parlay of just player stats. I didn't put it on a score at all. Amon-Ra was 1 catch away. I think CMC was like 3 rushing yards away, and I think it was Jameer needed 1 more touchdown, all-purpose touchdown, and I was so upset because it was a 6-leg.
You know those only cost $3,000. That only cost $3,000.
Dude, that's
you know how
insane.
dangerous that is?
So there's a paraglider over here to our right.
He's on a bike, though. I've never seen it that way. It's like a bicycle.
It looks like he's in a wheelchair,
with a
brother.
fan and a parachute.
It doesn't look like he's on a bike. It looks like he's sitting in a wheelchair. Yeah, show the camera if you can.
That's like a motor scooter he's on.
Yeah. How much for your bike?
Oh, he's slowing down. He's gonna get you.
No. What was I saying?
How much was your bike?
Oh, well, I said that, but it was a 6-leg parlay, and I had already capitalized on the other. I'd already capitalized on the other 3 legs. It was like it was Ayuk yard, or it was Debo yards. It was Ayuk catches, and it was or it was Kittle catches, one of the two, and then it was David Montgomery rushing yards, or might have been J-Mo rushing yards. I can't remember the exact players and stats, bro. I was so mad because I'd already done 3 of them, and it was a $10 buy-in for like $15,000 or something.
See, I only bet on money lines, and it's got to be like 17 games. Yeah. So it's like $5 for almost like 400K. And if you don't do that, what are you even doing? Because when that does hit, when you spend $5 doing 400K, after the taxes, you still got over 200K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting way better at golf. Every day I'm getting better. So, I just keep going. Practice makes perfect. I got to take a drink real quick. But,
I still suck.
For some reason, I didn't come up with this challenge. He did. The guy who's not as good as golf. He wants to do a challenge.
I've seen this challenge. Let me give the shout out where the shout out is due, because I actually remember who I seen this from. Good did this challenge on their video, or on their channel, and they are a golfing channel, and they're actually like
Good.
Yeah,
like me, not like you. I'll beat him.
One of them was in the Masters.
Yeah, Master Beta right here, so we got it.
Don't choke it too hard.
Come on. You're too close. For me, okay. So we gave the shout out where the shout out was due, the good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do it a little bit differently. We're gonna do it my way because I'm better at golf, so he doesn't have any intervene on this. We are going to use my clubs for the wheel. He's gonna be there. Our buddy the Colonel is gonna be there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put all of my clubs on a wheel, and we're gonna spin it. And if it's a par 3, we're gonna use 1 club and 1 club only. So you spin it once, locks on. It's all you can use. We're gonna rank it like least favorite to favorite. Your favorites are gonna be way smaller on the wheel than your least favorites. Your least favorites are gonna be bigger.
Well, what we'll do is we won't do smaller or bigger. What we'll do is if they're your least favorites, there will be multiple of them. Your favorites, there will only be one.
Okay, that works better.
Because it's easier to do that on the wheel app I got.
That works better. And then you got to use that club or clubs, depending on if it's like a par 3, like if it's a long par 5. We might throw in like a three club rule.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's what you're gonna have when you're doing that whole hole, and then it starts all over again the next hole. So we're gonna have 18 holes of terrible, terrible, terrible golf from him and Colonel, not from me.
So I have a question for you on that, and we'll get it locked in right now to the people.
Yeah.
Do you want putter and driver to just be obsolete?
No.
Okay.
No.
Or what we could do.
What if you're on a par 3, you only get one club, you get a driver or a putter,
right,
buddy.
But what I was just thinking is what we could do is we could do 2 random spots on the wheel. It's just one spot each, and one is you pick and one is others pick. They get to pick your club for the hole, or you get to pick your club for the hole. So if it's a par 3, you can pick a 7, and you're in good position to putt with that, to hit with that off the box. But if it's a par 3 and me and Colonel get to pick your club, we can pick a putter. And depending on the course we go, you might be fishing for that in the rough and the fairway because some of them are the same.
True.
Like the one nearest us.
You get to tee it up with a putter off the tee greens?
Yeah, you can tee it up on the greens. You can tee it up with any club on the greens if you want. The only club you're allowed to tee up with not on the greens is the driver. Every club.
I'm not talking about the greens for putting. I'm talking about the start greens.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
So you're saying we can't tee up with a driver?
No, we can. That's the only club you can tee up with a driver when you're not in the tee box.
Yeah, the tee box is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
you can tee up with every club when you're in the tee box. Once you leave the tee box, the only club you're allowed to use the tee is the driver. Only because we'll break the club head off if we don't.
Who's teeing with a driver if you're like, let's say you're like 150 away? Who's just hit it off the ground?
Okay.
Just swing slow. If you're putting everything in there, you break your own driver, that's on you.
I'll just bring 3 drivers with me. I have 3.
You already broken one. And it wasn't yours.
I know. It was before I bought my own clubs. So, last topic. And we saved it for last because it's also going to be the first TikTok that comes out of this week. So, it'll be the TikTok going up on Monday. Or Tuesday. Tuesday, actually. Because these TikToks from this video go up on Tuesday. Last video's TikToks end on Monday. So we're going to do a subscriber fantasy football challenge. The winner is going to get $50. The winner of the league will get $50. What you need to do to be entered into the league is you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok. Like the TikTok that this is. And comment your X or your Instagram. And we'll reach out in order to add you to the league. But, yeah. I wanted to throw that in there real quick. I'm thinking we will start the league when we hit minimum 10 players, maximum. If we can get 14 players in the league, then that'll be hilarious because there's only 30 teams in the NFL. So is there 32 teams in the NFL? There's 32 teams in the NFL.
This guy.
My brain. I did that earlier too. I said 30. That's the NBA. So there's 32 teams in the NFL. If you're doing a 14-team league in fantasy and you have a starter and backup quarterback, that means there's only that's 28. So there's 4 starting quarterbacks sitting on the free agency that start for NFL teams. That's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
So max 14. Or if you guys really want it and you guys show a lot of love, We'll do a max of 16 to just really clown with it, and we'll see what happens. With that being said, first place gets $50. Second and third place, the only prize you get for not coming in first
is we'll fly you out here and you can box Shawn. No,
that's a joke. The only prize you get for not coming in first is the top 4 people. If we do this again the next year, we'll say 5. The top 5 people, excluding us, will be automatically entered into next year with a bigger prize. The prize will keep getting bigger every year as long as we get more followers. But with more followers comes more people trying to join. So with that being said, if you come in the top 5, excluding us, we will automatically put you into next year's pool of league. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Thank you. But if you win, $50. If we get a lot of, and it's a no buy-in league. You guys enter for free,
what
and we pay the 50.
Wins? Y'all owe us $50.
If one of us wins, then the one that didn't win is the one that has to pay whoever came in closest to first. So say you came in first, I came in second, and Joe Bob the contractor came in third. I have to pay Joe Bob. You don't have to pay anything.
You're saying they don't really have to get first. They just have to get closest to. They got to get higher than one of us.
Yeah. Or how about this? If you don't get first, and one of us does, if you get first and I get second and Joe Bob gets third, I give Joe Bob 25. So he only gets half
but
for being the closest subscriber.
If he gets second, you get third.
He still only gets 25.
Oh, okay.
You only get, because 25 apiece is what we're sending him.
And then the problem,
we're sending the winner. So if you win, you're not going to send 25 to someone for winning.
So the problem is if he gets first, I get second, you get third.
He gets 50 and we get
50, 25 from each of us.
Yeah.
But what happens if I get fourth, you get fifth, 2 people ahead of us? Still just the first guy?
Still just the first guy.
5 get
and then the top 5 subscribers get added into next year. And that is a 16-person league. So it'd be 14 subscribers because the 2 of us, or 10-person league, it'd be 8 subscribers. So, but if it's a 10-person league, that just means that if it's a 10-person league, we might change how many people move on to next year's league.
Yeah, we gotta be.
Yeah, it might go down to 3
or 4
yeah,
or 2.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I'm just throwing numbers out there to confuse you.
We'll figure that out as time comes. But I think that's been all. It says 52 minutes, which means I'm going to have to cut at least 12 minutes off of this.
Oh, yeah. That's been all from Jake and Shawn. Facts for life. Peace, love.
We out.